is not about the destination. It's about your journey. With great challenge comes great change. You will immediately start feeling the benefits of your practice. Walking lighter, standing taller, and breathing deeper. Hi, my name is Bryony Smythe, and this is my husband, Dice. We love handstands. We've been blessed with the opportunity to travel the world, teaching and sharing our passion for yoga and handstands, and we're really excited to be able to share our experience with you today. In this three-part video, we're going to break down the fundamental key points to the handstand, as well as give you some fun tricks to help you master it. So if you've ever aspired to get into a great handstand, then you're in the right place. Let's start on our mat. Coming down onto your hands and your knees for tabletop position. Hands underneath the shoulders. Hands also shoulders distance apart. Knees underneath the hips, knees hips distance apart. Starting with our foundation, our hands. Notice how much he's spreading his fingers here. So go ahead and spread your fingers wide. That will help you energize your hands. Then coming to what's important, which is the bottom of the hand, rooting down through this circle that I'm drawing here from the base of the hand to the base of your knuckles. Then the most important part of your hand, the fingertips. Grip the ground with your fingertips and notice how much he's gripping. He's even moving the mat as he does so. Gripping the ground with your fingertips will act as your brakes in your handstand, will help you from going over. Okay, then coming towards your shoulders. Now we tend to wear our shoulders as earrings. I also like to think of this as being a turtle stuck in its shell and scared. So begin to draw the shoulder blades down the back, lengthening your neck, sticking the head out like a turtle, reaching for something to eat. So when I say shoulder blades down the back, this is what I mean. Now let's practice using our fingertips a little bit together. Pressing down through your hands, spreading the fingers wide, begin to lean your shoulders forward over the wrist, but grip the ground with the fingertips so you can't go far. Let's do that a couple times. Lean back and then forward, grip the ground. One more time, lean back and then forward, grip the ground. That's it. Now untuck your toes, sit back onto your knees and shake your hands out. Now we're going to come into a 60-second plank here. So keep in mind that 60 seconds in plank is extremely challenging, right babe?
Most definitely.
So if you start to shake, just remember to come back to your breath and know that the shaking is good because it's helping you build your endurance. In this 60-second plank, you will begin to feel what we're looking for in our handstand. Not only the hands and the shoulders, but more importantly, the pelvic tilt, which will help you engage your core. So let's come on it to our hands and our knees first. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Step your feet back into plank pose. Legs are engaged here, so press your heels back without moving your shoulder tips back. Lift your inner thighs without poking your butt up too high. Now what we typically do is we try to get away from engaging our belly because it's a lot easier to use our back muscles. So sometimes we poke our butts up too high, and sometimes we dump our butts down too low. So go ahead and find your butt in line with your shoulder blades. Then we're going to feel the Michael Jackson, which is what I call it, drawing your tailbone towards your heels and moving your pubic bone forward towards the belly button. You can even say hee hee. I love making him say that. It's real fun. Now breathing here, spreading your fingers wide. We're going to feel those fingertips work again as you inhale. Exhale, lean forward, grip the ground. Inhale, move back. Exhale, lean forward, grip the ground. Inhale, move back. Exhale, lean forward, grip the ground. Inhale, lean back. Exhale, lean forward. Last one. Inhale, lean back. Exhale, lean forward and hold here. Draw the tailbone to the heels of pubic bone forward. Take a deep inhalation. And exhale, come on down. Back onto your shins as you untuck your toes. Whew, that's challenging, isn't it, babe?
Most definitely.
But that's okay because so is handstand. Handstand is just as challenging as holding that plank. However, when you do start to hold that handstand, that finding that plumb line straight up and down, there is a moment of feeling light. So I guess we could say that it does get easier, but it still takes a lot of work. Now moving forward, I'm going to give you a few tricks, a few exercises that you can use on a daily basis that will help you master the handstand. Starting with strengthening our fingertips, because again, our fingertips are our brakes. So come into tabletop position. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Keep your right palm flat, lift up onto your left fingertips. Move your left thumb slightly underneath the middle of the palm as if it were a foundation for the tent that you've created. Then step your feet back into plank, feeling a little more weight in that right hand, and that's okay. Really feeling the weight in the fingertips pressing down through them. Inhale. And exhale, release back into tabletop, flatten your left palm, come up onto your right fingertips, sliding that right thumb slightly underneath the middle of the palm, tuck your toes under, step it back. Inhale, and exhale here, shoulder blades down the back. Inhale, and exhale, come back onto your knees, keeping the right fingertips as is, come up onto the left fingertips for fingertip plank. Step it back, plank pose on the fingertips. Now from here, flatten your right palm, and then your left palm. Come up onto your right fingertips, then your left fingertips. Flatten your right palm and your left palm. Come up onto the right fingertips, then the left fingertips, this time switching sides. Flatten your left palm, then your right palm. Come up onto the left fingertips, then the right fingertips. Flatten your left palm, and then your right palm, left fingertips, right fingertips, and release onto your shins. Whew, shaking out your arms. Dice is the one who really taught me about strengthening the fingertips, and I think that's because he can do things like fingertip handstand. But I want you to keep in mind that the handstand is something that we slowly work towards, and then there are all these fun variations from there. For our second exercise, we're going to work into Vashisthasana, or side plank pose, which is basically a one-arm plank. So back into plank position. Once you get into plank, right hand comes right underneath your face to the middle of the mat. Step your left foot next to your right foot and begin to come onto the pinky toe edge of your right foot. Come up onto your left fingertips to brace yourself. If this is too wobbly for you, you can step your left heel in front of your right big toe. Otherwise, stack your feet. Then begin to reach your left arm up towards the ceiling, drawing the shoulder blades down the back, the tailbone towards the heels. What tends to happen here is we tip that left hip forward too much. I want you to tip it back so that the hips are stacked. It'll feel like you're about to fall. This is called the oh no moment. That's what we're looking for in our handstand. You have to go into it until you feel like you're about to fall and then hold it. Now lift your hips up even higher. Push down through the right hand and look up towards the left fingertips. Inhale. Exhale, left hand comes down. Right hand goes back out to the side of the mat. Take your left hand underneath your face. Step your right foot next to your left and spin onto the pinky toe edge of that left foot. Take the modification if you need to. Inhale, reach your right arm up towards the sky. Flex your toes towards your face. Hug the inner thighs in and lift the hips up. Now remember that Michael Jackson. Draw your tailbone towards your heels, pubic bone towards the belly button. Begin to look up as the shoulder blades draw down the back. Inhale. Exhale, plank pose. Inhale here, and exhale, come down onto your shins. Shake out your arms. Now let's stretch our wrists. Make a fist with your right hand, taking the back of your right hand into the palm of your left hand. Doing your best to keep that fist with the right hand, straighten your arms. Beginning to pull the fingertips of your right hand towards the base of the palm. Stretching the top of the hand, which stretches are just as important as your strength builders. Coming to balance. It's always what we're looking for in yoga. Now, taking it the other way. Right fingers together, left fingers together, pulling the right fingertips back towards the right elbow. Our daughter Taylor loves to handstand with us. She doesn't like the stretching part as much.
Not so much.
And that's probably because the sensation is extreme for a child, but also keeping in mind that as a child, we don't really know the benefits of balancing it out. So with stretching, we're increasing circulation and really keeping our wrists and hands healthy. Switching sides. Making a fist with your left hand, taking that back of the left hand into the right hand. Trying to keep the fist as you straighten both of your arms and pulling your left fingertips towards the base of your left hand. Whew, feels good. Then taking it to the other direction. Both hands have fingers together. Right fingertips to the left fingertips, straightening your left arm. This reminds me so much of Thai school. I used to go to Thai school as a child because I'm half Thai. And in order to stretch the fingers for Ram Thai, which is the traditional Thai dance, that's why my hands look like this, we had to do this for about 10 minutes. Feels good though. Inhale. And exhale, release. Just shake out your arms, letting your hands shake out. And put your hands down. Now we're going to move to a wall for the rest of our handstand practice. So find a wall that is free of any valuables or china cabinets or anything that can break. Come on over. Now let's have some fun with part 2. Come down onto your hands and knees in tabletop position. Balls of the feet on the wall, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We're going to move our hands back about 1/2 inch so that our shoulders are right over our wrists. This is going to get challenging in the arms, so make sure you breathe and take a rest if you need to. Lift your knees off the ground as you inhale and begin to walk your feet up the wall. Not too much, just enough so you feel like you're creating an L shape with your body. First, we're going to try to feel down dog. So begin to straighten your legs, stick your butt over your shoulders, and press your chest back, looking back. Good. And Dice, you're going to need to come down real quick, moving your hands back about another inch. That's it. So this is not easy to spot on your own. So it is helpful to have someone look at you to make sure that you're in the right position. That's it, Dice. Looks good. Now, as he begins to straighten his legs, he's going to press his chest back, thinking down dog, noticing that now his butt is going past his shoulders. We're going to change that. Looking down between your thumbs, he's going to begin to have his shoulders right over his wrists. If you're feeling like this is enough, he'll come down. If you want to go further, lift your right leg up towards the ceiling. Notice how much he's spreading his toes. His right leg is straight up. Maybe he comes onto the ball of that left foot and kicking off the wall just a little bit. You don't want to go over, so make sure you're using your brakes, your fingertips. Beautiful, Dice. And then he's going to walk back down onto the ground. Shake out your arms and stretch your wrists, those wrist stretches that we went over just then, knowing that this is a challenging pose. So if it was really challenging for you today, you might stop here, do this 2 or 3 more times, and at a later time come back to this practice and possibly moving on. If you feel comfortable moving on from here, let's go on to part 3, handstand kick-ups at the wall. So in this one, we're going to face the wall with our fingertips facing the wall. Now first measure, taking your hand right up onto the wall, palm of the hand on the wall with your forearm on the ground. Wherever the end of your elbow is, that's where your fingertips go. So go ahead and put your fingertips down there. Hands shoulders distance. Looking down between your thumbs, tuck your toes under and come back to downward facing dog. Then from down dog, shift your shoulders right over your wrists. Straight line here. Step your right foot forward so that it's 12 inches from your wrists. Then lift your left leg up. This is handstand hop prep. Shoulder blades up the back in this case, looking straight between the thumbs. If your palms do not touch the ground with your right leg straight, bend the knee a little bit. Lift your left leg high as you rise onto the ball of the right foot. Bend your right knee a little more and exhale, hop off that right foot. At first, maybe a tiny hop like Dice just did, then hop up a little higher. Then the last one, see if you can hop up, reach the left heel towards the wall, reaching the pelvis to the wall, both heels onto the wall. Now, if you didn't quite get there, just keep practicing. Hop up as much as you can until you do. Once you do get to the wall, put the soles of the feet on the wall with the knees bent. Now, I love this one because I get to include Michael Jackson yet again, tailbone towards the heels, pubic bone towards the belly button for that hee-hee. You want to say it again, Dice? Hee-hee. Now, from here, if you're feeling comfortable, you can lift one leg up. Remember to floint your feet so that your legs are engaged. Then, using your fingertips as brakes, maybe slowly taking the other foot off the wall, hugging the inner thighs in, keeping the belly engaged, pushing from the hands out through the toes. And when you're ready to come down one leg at a time, takes you down, back to the ground. Great job, Dice. And great job to you at home. All right, take your wrist stretches, take a moment to relax. We're going to do the other side because we always want to balance out our bodies. Now, being ambidextrous in our handstand is really important. Balance is key in yoga and in life. So go ahead and come back into your downward facing dog. This time, step your left foot forward 12 inches from your wrists, reach your right leg up. Feel the right heel lifting, look between the thumbs, and hop towards the wall. Might take a few hops to get up there. And once you do, get your heels to the wall. Once your heels are on the wall, soles of the feet to the wall, tailbone towards the backs of the knees, reach that left leg up this time, feeling energy in the legs. See if you could lift the right foot off the wall. Beautiful, Dice, hugging the inner thighs, breathing, making sure you're not holding your breath. And when you're ready, go ahead and come on down one leg at a time. Shake it out, stretch your wrists. Continue to practice these handstand kick-ups at the wall until you're balancing away from the wall, which is where it gets really exhilarating. So much excitement when you begin to feel that plumb line. And eventually, you'll move away from the wall. So we've learned the importance of our hands, shoulders, and core work in the
Toes
handstand. I've also given you quite a few exercises to work on. So I'd encourage you to use this video as much as you can until you feel like you're having as much fun as we are in the handstand. I'd also like to invite you to practice yoga with me right here on Daily Burn. My name is Bryony Smythe. See you soon.